Alrighty, to be honest, I don't know how to make this video, so I'm gonna do it like it's a YouTube short kind of tutorial on how to do something. Okay, so you installed the Retromania mod from SpiritXAV's mod page, but you don't know how it works. You don't know how to play the games. Here's how you can do it very simply. To start off, you need to get yourself a Game Boy. Right now, they are craftable with concrete on the corner, a redstone dust on the top, a redstone block in the bottom, and buttons on the left and right side with a lime stained grass plane in the middle. And then you get yourself a cartridge. Cartridges are found inside of dungeon chests and more. Now, obtaining the random cartridges, if you have any games in your files, will choose a random file from the game and let you play that random game. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, how do I get these files inside of my game? I want to play some Game Boy games. Very simple. Inside the description, there will be a file download to a folder that you have to extract with 7-zip. If you don't extract it with 7-zip, you're not going to get the files to work properly. And if you don't have 7-zip, then you have to go to the 7-zip website, which will also be in the description, download it, and get it to run. I don't know how it works. I don't use Windows. But then you gotta make sure that you open it with 7-zip. Anyways, the file you download to start off with Coil Package. Now, if you're using the latest version of Coil, this is me a day later. I did not say what I needed to. That zip folder that you extracted with 7-zip. After you get extracted into a folder, you need to put that folder inside of your mods folder. That makes sense? So the folder that you put inside your mods folder should start with the name Coil Package and so on. Anyways, okay. Now, after you have it in, boom, you have yourself some Game Boy games inside of it. Very simple. I love you. How do you make a Game Boy game? That, my friend, is uber duper duper simple. Now, you create a new folder, and that folder has to be the name of the Game Boy game you want. In this case, I'm going to make a game called Dr. Mario. Now, the name of the folder, there can't be any spaces. If you have any spaces at all, it will not work. Now, inside of that thing, you can put an image of the game. So I'll have an image called Dr_Mario.png. And this has to be the game's name or the folder's name, but lowercase. You then create a JSON file. The JSON file names will match the folder's name. So Dr_Mario.json. Inside of this JSON file, you'll start off with the iconic open and closed bracket of a JSON file anyways. And then you start with a string called the name. Name will be the folder's name. So Dr_Mario. And then you have a new input called description. This can be in a description of the game. All right. And then you have the ROM file path. This is kind of important. And the ROM file path will equal the following. ./ROMs / the folder's name / the folder's name.gb for Game Boy. If it's a Game Boy Color game, then it's GBC. And then you have a link. What this link does, we can download the actual Game Boy file from an external source. So when you send them a giant folder, it's not going to be giant. It'll be pretty small. I have mine linked to GitHub. So yeah. And now where does this get stored, you might ask? Another thing I forgot to mention. If you don't want to do the link, you could just put a link that's invalid, I guess, or leave it blank. But I don't know if leaving it blank will let the game run. But you can put your Game Boy game file inside of that folder. But the name of the Game Boy file has to be the name of the folder. If you go to your games instance, you'll find a folder called Coil. And then inside of that folder, there'll be a folder called EMU. And if it's not, create that folder. And then you'll find a folder called ROM. And if you don't see that folder, create that folder. And then there's going to be a folder called GB. If you don't see that folder, create that folder. And if you're making a Game Boy Color game, then it's going to be a folder named GBC. Again, if you don't see that folder, create that folder. You know what I'm talking about? All right. And it goes there. You're right inside the GB or GBC folder. And that's it. Now, when you go back into your game, you can give yourself the items. So you can do give, in this case, SpiritXAV, Game Boy cartridges, and you can do the MBT tag cartridge name, and then we'll just do Dr_Mario. Look at that. It contains Dr. Mario. And now, when I have a Game Boy, open it up. Ta-da! Dr. Mario. And now if I click download, it'll download it. And if I click play, it'll start playing it. I don't know. I've never played Dr. Mario. Oh, you're trying to create as much as you can inside of here. Okay. But anyways, you get the entire point of how this works now. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. And Now, I'll make a tutorial on how Game Boy Advance games and stuff work if I either do a web-based emulator or another inside the game emulator. If it's inside the game, it works the same way, except it'll be a GBA instead of a GBC. Thank you for watching, and have a good day, and have fun playing some Game Boy games, and you'll have that package that you have to put inside your game. So, ta-da! Thank you!